The 2024 Quincy Shootout from Blue Devil Gymnasium, and this afternoon's matchup between Peoria Richwoods and Lee's Summit West. Alongside Brian Shoemaker, Damon Emmerich, and John Hull, I'm Charlie Hull. This is the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports. A lot of good action so far today, a lot to come, including this contest between Richwoods and Lee's Summit West. We'll talk more about it on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show next.
Are you looking to streamline your banking? Great Rivers Bank has just what you need with our streamlined checking and savings accounts. Earn high interest rates or get cash back on debit card purchases with your qualifying account. Plus, ATM fee refunds. Certain qualifications required. Call or visit our website today at www.greatriversbank.bank to get started. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies focus on your income. At Northwestern Mutual, we focus on your outcome. That's why we know what it takes to succeed both on your balance sheet and in your life. It takes the right financial partner who looks at where you are now and where you want to go and design a financial plan to take you there so you can achieve the life you're after today and every day after. Focus on your financial outcome with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Sheila Davidsmeyer today. Her office is located at 311 West Washington in Pittsfield, Illinois, or visit SheilaDavidsmeyer.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Sports families, come check out Central Valley Sports, the new facility in town. Located 3 miles south of Winchester at 520 Winchester Glasgow Road. Batting cages, pitching mounds, pitching machines, and more. Open to all ages and skill levels. The facility is available for team rental, individual membership, and family memberships. Be sure to check out the Central Valley Sports Facebook page for more information and stay up to date on individual lessons and camps offered throughout the year.
Welcome you back here on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show, live from the Quincy Shootout in Quincy, Illinois, on the campus of Quincy Schools here in Blue Devil Gymnasium as we get you ready for, I believe this is game number 5 of the day. I think we're on the latter half here of Saturday's schedule for you. It is the Knights of Peoria Richwoods taking on the Titans of Lee's Summit West. And Damon, I think you got to see a little bit of Lee's Summit West last night, and they are a powerhouse team that they're going to throw on the floor here coming up in just about 5 or 6 minutes.
Yeah, this Titan squad is very impressive. Bryce Mitchell did a nice job last night, really controlled the boards and scored a bucket when the Titans needed it. But I'll tell you, Brian, what you'll find impressive in this ball game for Lee's Summit West is Cameron Barnes. Barnes is the 6'8" freshman, already getting some Division I offers, but Barnes would bring the ball up the floor last night anytime he got the rebound. Just looked comfortable with the ball in his hands, and it's not very often that you'll see a 6'8" freshman at the high school level that is that comfortable bringing the ball up the floor. But he's an impressive specimen out there on the floor.
On the other side for Peoria Richwoods, this is a team that likes to get up and down the floor, Damon. This is a team that's got some hot outside shooting. Daquan Little on this squad here, one of the guards on Peoria Richwoods squad, knocked down 6 first-half three-point shots last night in a game they just played last night back up in the Peoria area. And really excited to see this team out of Richwoods. Peoria High, Peoria Richwoods, Peoria Manual, Notre Dame, all of those squads up in the Peoria area, very, very competitive here in the state of Illinois. And just kind of looking here, they've got a little bit of big size there in the big man, the 6'10" senior Lathan Somerville. But there is a lot of length and height on this Lee's Summit team that Richwoods is going to have to work around here today.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this Titan squad for Lee's Summit West matches up against Lathan Somerville. We see in the warm-ups right here, he's comfortable shooting from behind the three-point line. You know he's going to be able to handle the ball down low, and it's going to be a tough matchup for the Titans to try to stop the big man there for Peoria Richwoods.
You're watching the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. When we come back in just about 3 minutes, it'll be starting lineups and more for Peoria Richwoods taking on Lee's Summit West live here from the Quincy Shootout. You're watching it all happen on Central Illinois Sports.
Seed selection is one of the important decisions required to achieve yield goals. Logan Agri-Service represents top seed lines in the industry like Lewis Hybrids, Stein Seed, and AgriGold, and focuses on products developed to meet or exceed our customers' expectations. Sit down with one of our experienced local seed experts who will work with you to help select top-producing corn hybrids and soybean varieties tailored for your specific soils and fertility levels. Or visit us online at loganag.com. Logan Agri-Service, serving agriculture since 1962.
Grab the game while your kids are busy. You know, streaming, gaming, and homework. Now you can teach your kids the value of $1 by showing bundles with Cascom. Bundle telephone, internet, and TV. Bundle 2 for a double play or 3 for a triple play. Plus, save $20 a month for 3 months for a limited time. Then you can tell everyone how you help them with their math homework. Call Cascom about bundles today at 1-800-252-1799. Cascom at 1-800-252-1799.
Best Systems Insulators offer insulation for homes and commercial buildings throughout central Illinois and the surrounding areas. We take great care to ensure that the insulation products we use are the best fit for our clients and their project. We understand that different buildings have different needs and that each of our clients has a unique set of goals. Let us work with you to find the best solution for your next project. Call Best Systems Insulators at 217-285-6005. That's 285-6005. Or visit them online at GoBestSystems.com.
Every day, banks touch every corner of our lives. They support us when we turn life's goals into accomplishments. Goals like opening a small business, buying a home, planting a crop, having a baby. From your first car to life after retirement, Central State Bank is there for all of your life's milestones. CSB is central to your banking needs. Visit us in Clayton, Kinderhook, Pittsfield, Pleasant Hill, and Quincy, or at csb123.com. Central State Bank wishes all of the teams well on the hardwood this week.
Time to get you ready for our starting lineups here for game number 5 of the Saturday slate at the Quincy Shootout between the Knights of Peoria Richwoods and the Titans of Lee's Summit West. Brian Shoemaker, Damon Enrick, John Hall running things for you up here in Media Row. Tim Hall manning the camera for us at center court here today as we get you ready for the starting lineups from Farm and Home Supply. All the snow essentials you need, get them at the latest shop and latest location at Farm and Home Supply, located here at Quincy, Pittsfield, several other locations in the Midwest area. Get some of that snow melt, get that latest snow shovel if the kids have broken one already in your garage, as we are here in the cusp of winter. Let's give you the starting lineups for the visiting team on the scoreboard. That's the Lee's Summit West Titans. Michael Schreiber, their head coach, along with a bevy of assistants on the side. They start a 5 lineup player of this. 6'3" senior, number 00 is Chaz Watson. A 6'5" senior, number 1, Bryce Mitchell. A 6'8" freshman, number 3 is Cameron Barnes. A 5'7" junior, number 4 is Tavion Sims. And a 6'2" senior, number 13 is Logan Bishop. It'll be Mitchell, Barnes, Sims, Watson, and Bishop for the Lee's Summit West Titans. On the opposite side for William Smith's Peoria Richwood Knights, a 6-foot senior, number 0, Daquan Little. A 5'11" senior, number 2, Nick Louderman. A 6'2" senior, number 4, Tavis Smith. A 6'3" senior, number 5, Jared Jackson. And the big man in the middle, the big 6'10" senior, number 24, Lathan Somerville. It'll be Little, Louderman, Smith, Jackson, and Somerville for the Knights of Peoria Richwoods. Getting into some of the more marquee matchups here of the Quincy Shootout. We still have some nationally ranked teams. Link Academy out of Branson. Imatep Charter taking on Quincy High in the big premier game coming up at 7:30 tonight. We still have Wasatch Academy out of Utah and a whole lot more here. Oak Cliff Faith Family still to come, I believe, here later on in the afternoon. They'll play the late game, I believe, tonight. We'll be here through all of it. I'm so glad you're joining us here live, hopefully from the comfort of your couch, with a warm beverage and a delicious meal here on Central Illinois Sports. Some people like a good hot chocolate, John, on a cold day.
Sprinkle in a little marshmallows on top.
Sprinkle a little marshmallows on top, maybe a little cream, maybe a little chives if you like to get a little spicy with it. Follow us on X, Twitter, at Central Illinois Sports, and tell us how you like your hot chocolate. Somerville is obviously going to step in as the big man to jump here for Richwoods. On the opposite side, it'll be Cameron Barnes for Lee's Summit West. Charlie's going to get a lot of tweets about hot chocolate and not know what to do. Richwoods will win the tip.
He will know what to do.
He will know what to do, actually. He's going to get the basketball over to Tavion Sims, and that's how we'll get the game started. They work the ball back down into the corner. This is, Jordan.
Daquan Little is going to hit the three.
And Daquan Little hits the 3. We told you he knocked down 6 first-half triples last night. As I'll get my cards a little more situated where I know I can read them correctly. Lee Summit with the basketball, getting things going here with their first offensive possession of the day. It's going to be a tie-up, loose ball falling on the floor. It is Somerville, and now Lee Summit comes back up with it. This is Cameron Barnes with it. He'll drive to the basket and get fouled and go to the free throw line.
Barnes is going to be fouled by Jared Jackson. That'll be Jackson's first, Knight's first foul of the ball game. And Cameron Barnes will go to the line for this Titan squad, looking for their first points early on here. They trail Peoria Richwoods by a score of 3-0. 7:19 left to play here in the first quarter. As at the line for the Titans is the 6'8 freshman Cameron Barnes. First free throw for him is on the way. He leaves it short, and it's no good.
You know, it's been a long day and a long night since I was a freshman, Damon, but I do not physically remember myself looking like he does as a young freshman. Cameron Barnes is cut and fit.
What would you say, Brian? He's, I don't know, 245, 250?
He's a lot,
so
is what it is.
He's about 145 pounds heavier than you were as a freshman?
Probably so, and he looks a lot more cut than I ever was. Going down on the inside, this was Jackson. His shot no good. Here come the Titans back with it. They try to toss it down into Mitchell. Fights around, loses the basketball. Jared Jackson's going to come up with it. It's a turnover on the Titans. Just in the early goings of this one here as Richwoods leads 3-1. Long shot on the way. No good from Little. And it's going to go out of bounds. It's going to be a foul, against Richwoods.
That's going to go against Jared Jackson. So Jackson already with 2 fouls just a minute 8 into this ball game. So he's going to take a seat. And we'll see Jernell Etherly check into the ballgame for the Knights.
6'4 senior that checks in here for Richwoods. It's a Titans basketball with 6:46 left here in the first. They'll work the basketball quickly around the perimeter into the big, stocky freshman. He works down into the short corners. They toss it up to Mitchell. And we're going to get an off-ball foul on the weak side.
Be the third foul against the Knights as Nick Louderman will be whistled for his first. Team foul number 3. Bryce Mitchell out on the court for Lee Summit. Might have a few looks for basketball, but also heard pregame that he has some options on the table for track. I believe they said he runs the quarter mile.
They get the basketball over to Barnes. They'll work it now on the weak side with the basketball. This is Logan Bishop. Takes a few dribbles, loses the basketball, picked up down by Little. Here come the Knights. They try to toss it in, and Etherly wasn't seeing it. Went over his head and out of bounds. It'll be a turnover on Richwoods.
Turnover for a turnover. So it'll be Titans basketball. Still trailing 3-1. Richwoods knocked down the first field goal of the game, a 3-pointer.
Watson with the basketball. He'll pull up top of the key. Doesn't find the mark at all. It'll roll out of bounds to the fans here on the near side of the end line. It'll go back out to the Knights here with 6:08 left to go. Well, Damon, one thing we can kind of see that's apparent here, forward size, they're pretty evenly matched in terms of size and height, but really overall in terms of guard play, Lee Summit West really kind of outsizes Peoria Richwoods here so far.
Yeah, Lee Summit runs deep, and they've got some size out there. They do a good job here, obviously trying to deny the ball down low to the big man, Somerville. He was able to manage the catch and fights through the contact, put him on the scoring column as Cameron Barnes will be whistled for his first, and that's the first foul of the ball game against the Titans.
Seeing it here on the Northwestern Mutual replay as Somerville just bellied between these 3 guys. A lot of bully ball there from Lathan Somerville. So he'll put up the free throw for the 3-point play and does. Completes it up. And it's going to be a 6-1 lead here for Richwoods, their largest of the game so far here in the early going. Titans back on the attack now. This is Barnes. Tries to throw it down again, gets it up to Mitchell. Bryce Mitchell finishes on the tough play inside. It's going to be a 6-3 ball game with 5:30 left to go here in the first quarter on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard. Tavis Smith with the basketball. Hands it back off. Now they get it back to the big man in Somerville. Between the legs dribble. Tries to go, gets it tipped away and knocked out of bounds. Barnes was hoping it was going to go off the knee of Somerville. The officials say the contrary, and it will remain Knights basketball. Checking in for Peoria Richwoods, Jared Jackson will step back into the contest. Etherly will take a breather. And they work the basketball down into the corner. This is Louderman. Louderman in the corner, fires one up from 3. Off the back of the iron, no good. Titans get the rebound, and they quickly push. Now they get it down to Barnes. Barnes drives in, goes up off the glass, and good. He'll get the by two, get one free opportunity as he gets the and one play.
And Jared Jackson, who had just checked back into the ballgame for the Knights, is going to be whistled for his third foul of the contest. So we will not see him again until the second half. Replacing him will be Jernell Etherly, as Cameron Barnes at the line for this Titan squad, looking to complete the and one. His free throw attempt is off the back of the iron. No good. Lathan Somerville with his first rebound for the Knights.
He will hand it off to Tavis Smith, who will bring it across the time stripe here for Richwoods. They try to get it into Somerville at the right elbow, and they do. He bodies up, steps back, creates some space at the free throw line, and a nice fadeaway jumper at the free throw line after creating some separation for Somerville. Very talented, very smooth forward. Titans work it back in now. Basketball to Mitchell. He misses the mark. Somerville with it. Somerville wants to push on his own. He's a 6'10" point guard. Look at him go. Hands the basketball now back off to Smith. Smith steps up, three ball on the way off the back of the iron. Somerville comes in, crashes in, and that is a big man going through, but it's going to be an offensive foul, and that is going to negate that play. That is a what was that? What was that in Major League 2, Damon? You were standing
Don't stand on the tracks when the train's coming through.
That was a locomotive heading down the track.
Tell you what, whew, he felt that one.
Yeah, that's a charge well earned. Turnover on the Knights. Titans will get the basketball. Three ball on the way from Barnes was no good, and the rebound comes down into the hands of Tyrese Carter for Richwoods. Smith with the basketball. Gets it now into the hands of Daquan Little. Three ball is up and good. Daquan Little knocks another one down from long range. Largest lead of the game for Richwoods is 6. It's an 11-5 basketball game with 3:54 left in the first. Goodness gracious. Now they get the basketball down into Mitchell. Mitchell, tough move in, and it's going to be a tip-in basket now for Cameron Barnes as he'll pick up the loose play.
Nice job by Barnes right there to follow the shot from Mitchell, and he's got another two, give him 5.
Somerville will have the basketball. He is bellied up now against Bryce Mitchell. They work the basketball down into the corner. Long three ball on the way for Richwoods. Rolls around in and out of the rim. No good was the shot from Carter. Titans quickly moving here. Now it's going to be a foul as Bryce Mitchell will make his way to the free throw line. He's a player, Damon, that really likes to penetrate and belly up and fight against the basket.
Did a good job right there to attack the bucket. Drew the foul from Tyrese Carter. That's Carter's first. And Bryce Mitchell will go to the line. He's got 2 points. His first free throw attempts of the ball game are to follow with 3:16 to play here. First quarter action, Peoria Richwoods with the 11-7 lead over Lee's Summit West. Titans, Bryce Mitchell at the line. Can't get the first one to go, and the Titans are now just 1 for 4 from the charity stripe to start.
This Lee's Summit team, goodness gracious, there's some big kids.
And Mitchell made the second one, but it's going to be waved off as he crossed the line before the ball would have touched the rim. Mitchell's going to go to the bench and take a seat as DJ Childs will check into the ballgame for the first time for this Titan squad.
Childs is a 6'4" sophomore. Richwoods with the basketball. They lead by 4. Toss the basketball down over to Little. He's got a couple of long-range thoughts. They work the ball around the perimeter. Nobody in the post now for Richwoods. Now here comes Somerville. Bullying in, tosses it back out. Daquan Little, three ball off the right side of the iron. Rebound falls into the hands of Chaz Watson. Titans want to push the tempo again. Here comes the talented freshman. Goes up and in is Barnes. His shot partially blocked and no good. And now here comes Tyrese Carter with it. Crossover dribble, gets the basketball across the time stripe to Somerville. The 6'10", Lathan Somerville. Tosses it down now, and we'll get a timeout. It's going to be Richwoods. It's an Adams Fiber timeout, and we will take it too. It's Peoria Richwoods 11, Lee's Summit West 7. You're watching it live on Central Illinois Sports.
Cedar Lake Campground has been owned and operated by the Kramberg family for over 50 years. Located off of Highway 24 between Coatesburg and Camp Point, Cedar Lake Campground is a quiet family campground that you're sure to enjoy. With 60 RV spots with water and electric and our 5-acre lake, it's a perfect spot for a weekend spent fishing, spending time with family, and enjoying the great outdoors. Find out more about Cedar Lake Campground on Facebook or call 217-455-4602.
Welcome you back on the Adams Fiber timeout for the best internet service, including Wi-Fi 6 and internet speeds up to 1 gigabit. That means you'll never buffer while you're watching live basketball here on Central Illinois Sports. Visit followthefiber.net for the guys at Adams Fiber. 2:32 left here in the first period. Richwoods took the timeout, and now they've got the basketball here on the next possession. It's a little bit of a 3-2 zone look here from Lee Summit West coming out of the timeout break as they work the basketball over to Little. Now thought about the three ball, did Louderman. They get it back to Somerville. He'll fire one up from long range, and it's good. Lathan Somerville inside and out. The big 6'10 man can do it all here for Richwoods. Lee Summit West needs to find an answer here. They trail by 7, 14-7. With the basketball now is Tavion Sims. Drives in, goes into double coverage, and it's going to be a jump ball as Somerville was able to get his hands on it. And possession will remain here with Lee Summit West. Damon, you see a guy like Lathan Somerville who's he's a big cat. He can shoot the ball outside, and you just don't know what to think. He does a lot here for this team as a three ball is on the way and good for Chaz Watson, who knocks it down on a little bit of a leaning, floating three from the corner.
Yeah, and a little bit of size discrepancy, Brian, when Tavion Sims ran into Lathan Somerville, and they were tied up there. As the Knights are going to lose the ball, it's a turnover against them. Childs will push the ball into the front court, and he will be fouled by Daquan Little. That's Little's first, but to the line to shoot two will be DJ Childs.
The sophomore will step to the line here for Lee's Summit West. A lot of youth on this floor here for Lee's Summit West. Barnes just a freshman. Childs a sophomore.
And Childs can't get the free throw to go, so the Titans are struggling from the line in this one. Cameron Barnes will take a seat for the Titans. Bryce Mitchell checks back in. As DJ Childs has one free throw remaining, it's on the way, and he'll get that one to go. So he'll split a pair. Childs is in the scoring column, and his Titan squad trail 14-11.
1:36 left to go here in a really nice contest. Now a little nice give and go. They try to work the basketball into Smith. His shot is blocked. Here comes Lee Summit West. They work the basketball now down into Mitchell. Mitchell spins it again, and that's going to be an offensive foul this time, as Mitchell has been playing a little bit of Russian roulette on that move, Damon, and he got caught that time.
He'll be called for his first, just the second foul of the quarter against the Titans, and their third turnover of the ball game.
Mitchell has been very aggressive about getting to the basket and kind of spinning around there, and that time Richwoods gets set and takes the charge. With the basketball for the Knights, this is Tavis Smith. Gets the pick, fires up a three from the wing, no good. And the rebound comes down into the Knights. Childs with the board, or the Titans, excuse me. Childs with the board, now gets it to Watson on the left wing. He'll take the pick from Mitchell. Busts through, now gets it back to Mitchell. Now they get it into Childs, streaking down into the lane, goes up with the right hand. Nice up and under move for DJ Childs, and he puts it in for two. And it's 14-13 left in the minute, less than a minute left to go here in the first. Somerville bullies through, goes up with the right hand, rolls around. He gets his own rebound and cleans up the loose garbage and puts it in. Two more for Somerville, 16-13, 42 seconds left in the opening period. It has been the Lathan Somerville show here in the first quarter, and no complaints about it. With the basketball now, Sims tosses it over. Three ball on the way from Logan Bishop is no good. Sims gets the offensive rebound, tries to toss it over, and it goes out of bounds just out past the hands of Chaz Watson. We'll get that Somerville put back for you back up on the Northwestern Mutual replay. We thank Sheila Davidsmeyer for her sponsorship of that feature in our Central Illinois sports broadcasts. 16 seconds. Richwoods with the basketball. Somerville wants it. He'll pop up another three. He gets pushed on it. No call. And now we keep on. Now it's going to be Lee Summit West on the breakaway, and it's going to be a hammer down for Chaz Watson. And Lee Summit West takes advantage. Three ball on the way from Little is no good, and we reach the end of the first period. It's Peoria Richwoods 16, Lee Summit West 15. Coming back for second quarter play-by-play here on Central Illinois Sports.
I love training. I like to help people improve on their task. That food has been providing everything for me. They just treat you so well. When my life needed an opportunity, I chose that.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owners agents at B&P Insurance Agency, Barber Agency. See Pat Vandevelde, Caleb Vandevelde, or Mary Coltis. You'll find our location at 114 South Madison Street in Pittsfield.
Back with you on second quarter action here from the Quincy Shootout as Peoria Richwoods leads Lee Summit West 16-15 after one quarter. Damon Emmerich has your shooting statistics after 8 minutes.
Peoria Richwoods shooting 35% from the floor on 6 of 17 shooting, whereas Lee Summit West 6 of 13 from the field for 46%. Richwoods basketball to start the second quarter.
Knights will get an opportunity here to extend their lead to start the period as they quickly work it back around now to Tavis Smith. Back to the left side. Long three ball from Louderman. Hits up off the rim, goes high, and falls quickly back to the floor where it's grabbed by Chaz Watson.
Watson with 4 boards in the ballgame.
Back over now to Sims. He takes it behind the legs dribble, works it back over to Watson on the right side. Now they get it down into Logan Bishop. Cross-court pass. Three ball on the way from Tavion Sims off the mark. No good. And a big fight between two big boys. The freshman comes up with it. He'll go up with it and get fouled, and Cameron Barnes will go to the free throw line.
Foul's going to be whistled against Jernell Etherly. That'll be his first foul of the quarter. Cameron Barnes to the line for the Titans. Barnes just 1 for 3 from there in the ballgame. He does have 5 points and leaves the first one short. So no lead changes in the ballgame, no ties. If Barnes makes the second of the 2 free throws, it will give us our first tie of the ballgame at 16. That shot is on its way and good.
Knocks down the second. Nice ball game starting to develop here at Quincy. We've had a lot of fun games here so far in the shootout today. Somerville with the basketball. Hands it off to Louderman. Takes one dribble, whips it over to Little on the right side. Now back to the big fella. Somerville drives in, quadruple team to kick it back out. Daquan Little three, misses the mark entirely. Loose ball is going to be picked up by Tavion Sims, and here comes the Titans. Sims dribbling in, nowhere to go, passes it off now to Mitchell. Mitchell goes up, he can't find it. Barnes comes in for the rebound. It's a loose ball, and the fight will go the way of Peoria Richwoods.
Tavion Sims, 4 rebounds already in the ballgame.
He's 5'7". And that's saying something when you got guys like Somerville and others out there. Somerville, fade away from about 8 feet, no good. Rebound comes down to a flying Tavis Smith. He'll fire it up on the second chance opportunity. Tavis Smith knocks it down for 3. And Richwoods extends their lead, 19-16 here. 6:33 left to go in the second. 3 ball on the way from Barnes is no good. Rebound comes down to Mitchell. He fires it back out. 3 ball from Watson. Can't find the mark. Bishop tried to toss it back up. Barnes gets it. He'll get a rebound and get an opportunity at the free throw line as he was fouled.
Going to be whistled against Latham Somerville. That'll be Somerville's second team foul of the quarter. So back to the line goes Cameron Barnes. Just 2 for 5 from there in the ballgame. Barnes with 4 rebounds, 3 of them on the offensive end. And Barnes can't get that to go. Child's back into the ballgame. Tavion Sims will take a seat.
William Smith having a little bit of a discussion with the officials there over near the Richwoods bench. He's probably asking the officials, can you believe Barnes is a freshman either? No, can't.
Can you believe what was in that hospitality room?
Can you believe what was in that hospitality room?
Or how do you drink your hot chocolate?
How do you drink? Yeah, that's the question
today.
of the day here at Blue Devil Shootout. Coming in is Little. He'll get fouled as he was trying to dish it off.
Foul on the floor going to be against Chaz Watson. He hits first. First foul of the quarter against the Titans. Richwoods basketball, they've got the 19-17 lead, 6:10 to play, first half action on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard.
Somerville with the basketball, takes a few dribbles, now hands it off to Janelle Etherly. They work it back up to Smith, and he'll get the offense set. Takes the pick from Somerville. Goes to the left side, crossover dribble, stops at the elbow, kicks it down to Louderman. He'll drive baseline, nothing there, gets stopped at the short corner. 5:52 left here in the second. Somerville with the basketball, driving in left, spin move into the middle of the lane, goes up, and he's going to take it in for the possible and one play as he knocks down the bucket.
He's got a dozen already. He's fouled on the shot by Bryce Mitchell. That's Mitchell's second. Team foul number 2 of the quarter. Lathan Somerville to the line. 1 for 1 from there in the ball game. His team's lead is back out to 4 by a score of 21-17. To the bench will go Mitchell, as Mitchell thought he might have taken the charge. Says either way it hurt. Well, yeah. Somerville gets the free throw to go. He's got 13. I'll tell you what, if you're willing to step in and let Lathan Somerville just run into
just
you,
barrel into you,
I'm going to give you the call.
We're going to give you at least a little benefit of the doubt. Titans with the basketball. They trail by 5. With the basketball is Watson. Finds himself open at the elbow. Shoots no good. Rebound falls into the hands of Tavis Smith. He'll push the tempo here for Richwoods, trying to extend on the 5-point advantage. Trying to find Somerville. Now they get into the big fella, bodied up by the freshman Barnes. Kicks it back out. Opposite side of the court now, taking a few dribbles. Was Little. He didn't like what he saw. Hands it off to Smith. Smith drives in. Thought about the shot. Now he'll have to get rid of it. Little slips as he passes it off. Louderman's 3 is good. Nick Louderman, the 5'11 senior, knocks it down. 25-17, the largest advantage of the day for Richwoods with 4:57 left in the first half. Stallings with the basketball. And a nice little move for Jaden Stallings, the 6'1 junior who checked in here recently for Lee Summit West, and now it's a 25-19 game. Smith with the basketball, works it back over now to Daquan Little. The senior takes a few dribbles and hands it back off to his teammate Lathan Somerville. Somerville trying to clear out against the freshman. Bodies up, spin move, tries to get to the baseline, gets cut off, and now he hands it off to Daquan Little. Nice move, strong take, and a big flurrying, flying finish from Tavis Smith, who comes in to pick up the loose ball on the rebound and puts it back in. 27-19, Richwoods.
All 5 of Tavis Smith's points, as we see Chaz Watson knock down a 3. All 5 of Tavis Smith's points have come via the offensive rebound, where he's flown in for that offensive board and then put it back.
Flying in is Smith. Smith goes in, finishes up on a strong layup drive.
Defense optional right now.
29-22, 3:55 left in the second. With the basketball is Chaz Watson, guarded out by Daquan Little. Now to the top of the Blue Devil head here at Blue Devil Gym. They'll quick it out. Now it's a little bit of a zone look here from Richwoods, a little bit of an extended 1-3-1. Somerville in the middle. They work the basketball inside. Going up with it was Childs. He gets partially blocked by Somerville, and it's going to go out of bounds and remain with Lee's Summit West. Well, Damon, this 1-3-1 might find its way to be a little troubling here for Lee's Summit, as there's some big bodies on the court right now for Richwoods that they're going to have to work their way around, and Richwoods seems to be a very quick-moving defensive team.
Yeah, they do a nice job really clogging up the passing lanes. They backed into a 2-3 defense here as Chaz Watson misses the 3. Rebound comes down to Jernell Etherly.
Louderman with the basketball, tosses it back to Somerville. He'll fire up a long 3 and knocks it down, gives the crowd a little high-five and a little sign as they get the timeout. The Titans will take it. It's an Adams Fiber timeout. We'll take it too. We're back in 30 seconds on Central Illinois Sports.
The Liquor Booth is your home for a huge selection of beer, wine, and spirits. The Liquor Booth has 2 locations in Quincy, 3520 Broadway and 1500 North 12th Street. The Liquor Booth, where it's always happy hour.
Lee Summit West takes the timeout after Somerville knocks down the big 3. It's an Adams Fiber timeout for reliable, worry-free internet that won't let you down with local sales and service. Give the guys at Adams Network a visit. You can visit them online at followthefiber.net. Some of the fastest internet speeds here in the local Midwest area. Speeds up to 1 gigabit. That means it's awfully fast when you're loading up those cat memes and reading whatever's on Facebook. Let's see how the Titans respond here, as it's a 32-22 ball game. Largest lead so far for Richwoods is 10. They work the basketball down into the corner. Now kick it back up to Sims. He'll take a few dribbles and survey the scene. 20 seconds left on the shot clock in this possession. They work the basketball over Justin Barnes, who is checked in. Barnes drives in, goes up with the left hand, no good. Fight for the rebound, grabbed by Tyrese Carter. The 5'11 senior grabs the rebound out of a mountain of men and pulls it out for Richwoods. 2:47 left to go here in the first half. Daquan Little takes a few dribbles, hands it off to Somerville. Somerville guarded out by Barnes. He'll take it all the way back out to midcourt. And now gets it down into the guard, Daquan Little. And we're going to get an off-ball foul.
Cameron Barnes will be whistled for his second. Be the third foul of the ball game, or of the quarter, against the Knights. That'll actually be against the Titans, as we see Tavis Smith back into the ball game. Lathan Somerville will get a well-deserved breather.
Well, it's a little bit of a really tough assignment here for the Titans. Whether it's going to be Bryce Mitchell, whether it's going to be Cameron Barnes, or whoever you want to grab here in this crowd, he's a big guy to try and stop. And he gets all the momentum, he gets all that speed. It's just a really tough ask defensively.
Well, and then he can step out behind the three-point line and confidently knock down shots there, as we see Daquan Little with another 2 points.
Daquan Little flying in. Here he comes quickly. Back down on the other side. It's Barnes. Barnes goes up with it. And it's going to be an offensive foul, as taking the charge was Jernell Ethro.
It'll be Barnes' second. Turnover number 5 against the Titans. And their fourth foul of the quarter. Cameron Barnes and Justin Barnes both to the bench.
Mitchell and Logan come in.
Bryce Mitchell back in with those 2 fouls, and Logan Bishop.
2 minutes left in the first half. When we get to the Little Chess halftime break, we'll break things down with Matt Shuckman, sports editor of Muddy River Sports, here all weekend, just as we are, giving you all the action from the Quincy Shootout. Little with the basketball, works it over. Louderman thought about the three. He's already knocked one down. Little will pop one instead, and it's good. Daquan Little. Sharp shooting squad is this Richwoods squad. Louderman can knock them down. Little can knock them down, and they have extended now a 15-point advantage. Lee Summit West misses on the shot from Watson, and we're going to get a foul and go the other way.
Child's first, 5th foul of the quarter.
Should be shooting 2, as they'll ask the gentlemen to make their way down to the opposite end of the court. As they do, we'll remind you your subscription here with Central Illinois Sports Today gives you access to all games still remaining in the Quincy Shootout. And if you want to rewatch one, we'll have them live on demand for you as well after the shootout is completed. And we've got some fantastic matchups coming up here as we are on game number 5 of 9. We've still got 4 dandies coming up here from Blue Devil Jim.
Tavis Smith at the line for Peoria Richwoods. His first free throw extends their lead out to 16. The largest lead of the ball game for the Knights. The Knights had just a 1-point lead at the end of a quarter. They led 16-15. They've outscored Lee Summit 22-7, and now it's 23-7 here in the second quarter.
Just over 90 seconds left to go here in the first half. A little bit of extended half-court pressure from Richwoods on this possession. They toss it down into the corner to Childs. He gets double-teamed. He'll have to find somewhere to go with it, and he finds Bryce Mitchell. Slashing in was Bishop. A little bit of contact and no call, and then picking up the ball is Childs, and he'll get fouled and go to the free throw line.
I didn't catch who they whistled that foul on.
We apologize, we missed that one there. Sometimes these officials move a little quick with those finger signals, and we're a long way away on the wrong end as Childs misses the first.
I'm going to go with Louderman. As the Titans just 4 of 11 from the free throw line, now 4 of 12 as they miss a pair. Rebound into the hands of Tyrese Carter. That's Carter's 4th.
Smith with the basketball as he crosses the half-court line. Kicks it down into the corner to Little. A little give and go. Nothing there as they'll get it back to Louderman. Coming up now, this is Carter. Carter, a couple of dribbles on the right side, hands it back off to Tavis Smith. Back to Daquan Little. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Drives in, has to get rid of it. Back to Carter. Louderman, 3 seconds. 2 seconds. He fires one up from long range off the side of the rim. No good. 47 seconds left. Here in the first half, Lee Summit West trying to cut into this 17-point deficit. Double team now, they get rid of it. Sims with the basketball, gets it down into Mitchell. He throws it away, turnover against the Titans. 32 seconds left, they can turn the shot clock off. Get the basketball back up top to Tavis Smith. He'll let it take a couple of dribbles, adjust his jersey, and we'll play on. 15 seconds, 14. Kicking it back out now into Tyrese Carter over on the left side. With it is Smith. He fires up a long one off the side of the rim. 5 seconds, 3 seconds. Titans have a shot to get his shot up. If they're going to get it up, and they will not before the halftime buzzer. We have reached the Little Jess Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram halftime show. Peoria Richwoods leads Lee Summit West 39-22. When we come back after the commercial break, we'll talk to Matt Shuckman and break down the first half of this one. You're watching the Quincy Shootout live on Central Illinois Sports.
Here at Little Jess, we value hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership. We have a respect for heritage and tradition and believe in the pursuit of building legacies, breaking records, and putting forth award-winning results. That's why supporting schools and local teams is one of our favorite and most exciting parts of our business. For over 7 decades, we strive daily to use those same values as a foundation to meet our community's automotive needs and support our future generations. Little Jess Motors, serving our community since 1969.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owners agents at B&P Insurance Agency, Barber Agency. See Pat Vandevelde, Caleb Vandevelde, or Mary Coltis. You'll find our location at 114 South Madison Street in Pittsburgh. Griffin Signs and Time at 122 South 9th Street in Quincy is a full-service sign company that can complete any project, from fully wrapping your entire fleet of vehicles, digital signs, storefronts, to creating small banners and signs. The right and professional signage is the difference of getting the job, heading folks in the correct direction to find you, or creating a brand recognition for potential customers. Put the right signs in your customer's mind with Griffin Signs and Time. Call 217-228-7470.
Are you short on time or budget, but your family is hungry? It's time for the Maya Authentic Mexican Restaurant in Pittsfield. Try the Maya Special, a crowd favorite. Delicious grilled fajitas, steaks, nachos Mexicano, salads in the tortilla bowl, the tastiest salsa and cheese sauce around, and the fastest service anywhere. You can afford it. It's the Maya Mexican Restaurant on Washington Street. Call ahead with your order and you can pick it up in the drive-thru, 217-285-4526. The Maya Restaurant in Pittsfield.
We welcome you back on the Little Jess Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram halftime show. Little Jess and Quincy, Illinois, your place to go for your next vehicle purchase. Go see the guys in person at 3431 Main Street or visit them online at littlejessjeep.com. We are here in game number 5 of the Quincy Shootout Saturday slate as Peoria Richwoods leads Lee Summit West 39-22. And Matt, the story of the first half here has been the 6'10 senior, the very talented all-around player, Lathan Somerville. Looks like a forward, but definitely has the playmaking abilities of a guard as well.
Reminds me of his dad. You know, his dad played at Peoria Central, then at Bradley, played against Quincy High School back in the early 2000s, played right here in Blue Devil Gym, game Peoria Central won. His dad was, you know, there's been a lot of great players come through Peoria. His dad was one of them in that conversation. And obviously staying at home and playing at Bradley helped him become a superstar. But his son, wow, his son's a beast. And the skill set reminds me of his dad, that ability to step out and hit a perimeter jumper. He doesn't just have to power his way to the basket or play with his back to the basket. He can do so many things well.
Well, and one of the biggest things about him when you talk about that ability with the ball, he's got a lot of strength and a lot of speed. And when he builds up that momentum, it's almost like a wrecking ball coming through. But it's a very smooth motion. It's not fluid. It's not bulky and clunky. It's just very fluid, almost kind of like a point guard.
Would you step in front of him and take a charge?
It's a hard no from here. We discussed this up in the halftime in the booth, and we have all said no.
I would do it.
For how much money?
No, I would do it if I was playing. You know what? Take it.
I thought we were talking about right now. It's just as we stand today. No, yeah, if you're a player, sure.
Well, no, not right now because I wouldn't get up off the floor.
Well, you talk about some of those guys on the other end. You talk about guys like Bryce Mitchell and Cameron Barnes who have drawn that assignment of trying to guard him. And they're trying their best, Matt. And really, this Lee Summit team is just really kind of trying to battle a multi-headed attack. Lathan Somerville, Daquan Little, Nick Louderman's knocking down shots. It really feels like this Richwoods offense is firing on a lot of cylinders right now.
Very impressed with Richwoods so far. You know, you hear so much about Lathan Somerville. Okay, you know they're going to run their offense through him, but they've got a bunch of guards who can really get after it, shoot the ball really well from the perimeter, very aggressive defensively. They do a great job of challenging shots. On Lee Summit West side, the one thing that's impressed me, Cameron Barnes is a freshman, is a load. But they continue to attack. They're not afraid to attack Peoria Richwoods. They just haven't got as many to fall.
You talk about some of the guys here for the Titans. Bryce Mitchell has been a guy who's really been able to penetrate to the basket, really seems to like that physical, tough play and draw himself down to the hole. And, of course, Cameron Barnes is a nice, really stocky, built guy as a freshman. What do you think Lee Summit needs to do here in the second half to try and close this deficit?
Well, I think they've done a nice job of pushing Somerville off the block. Continue to do that. They've got to make buckets when they get penetration. You know, the dribble penetration, the drives, they've done a nice job of getting to the free throw line, but you need a few more and ones. You've got to make buckets here in the second half off your dribble penetration.
We'll see if the Titans are able to do it. You're watching the Little Jess Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram halftime show where Peoria Richwoods leads Lee's Summit West 39-22. We thank Matt Schuckman, as always, from Muddy River Sports for joining us for our halftime breakdown. When we come back, Damon Emmerich's got halftime stats and more as we get ready for the second half. You're watching this Quincy Shootout live on Central Illinois Sports.
At Farmers State Bank, we believe in community, teamwork, and success. We're thrilled to announce that we've been named the best place to work in Illinois and the best community bank in America this year. Join us on this winning team where your dreams take center court at Farmers State Bank. We're a team. Discover the difference. The best place to bank, the best place to work. Because when our community wins, we all win. Where community, excellence, and opportunity come together. Farmers State Bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
At Full Throttle Parts, we do spray-on bed liners, a brand called Patriot Liner. It is very elite. It actually enhances the resale value of anything you put it on or off-road.
Go Full Throttle!
Go Full Throttle.
Welcome back on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. We're at the half. Peoria Richwoods leads Lee Summit West by a score of 39-22. Taking a look at the first half stats. First off, for the Titans of Lee Summit West, they shoot just 31% in the first half on 8 of 26 shooting, 6 of 18 from the 2 and 2 of 18 from the 3. Really struggling from the free throw line, shooting just 4 of 12 from the charity stripe. 6 turnovers in the first half for the Titans, and their scoring looks like this. Jaden Stallings and Bryce Mitchell with 2 points, DJ Childs with 3, Cameron Barnes with 7, and Chaz Watson led the way in the first half for the Titans with 8 points. For the Knights of Peoria Richwood, they shot 14 of 31 from the field for 45%. They were 7 of 12 from the 2 and 7 of 19 from the 3, 4 of 4 from the charity stripe. Just 2 turnovers in the first half of play for the Knights, who have led this one from the get-go. They've led by as many as 16 points. We were tied at one time in this ballgame at 16. Individual scoring for the Knights, 3 points for Nick Louderman, Tyrese Carter with 9, Daquan Little with 11, Tavis Smith with 9, and leading the way in the first half for the Knights, Lathan Somerville with 16 points as Peoria Richwoods at the half leads Lee Summit West by a score of 39-22. We'll take the final break of the Little Jess Motors halftime show. When we come back, Brian's got third quarter play-by-play.
Hey, West Central Illinois, are you looking for a great deal on a vehicle? Well, at Westtown Ford, we have a lot full of vehicles. Cars, trucks, vans, SUVs. We've got them all, and a lot of them at Westtown Ford in Jacksonville.
It's time to be thinking about tax planning. You can count on Illinois FBFM for accounting, consulting, and tax preparation for farmers and businesses in Pike, Brown, and Adams counties. Call 217-593-7233. That's 593-7233. Illinois FBFM can take care of your farm accounting needs. Get your accounts in order for this tax season. Contact Jesse Schumann and Emily Matthews at Illinois FBFM in Camp Point, working for you.
Jersey's World! Jersey's World! Party time! Excellent! Jersey's Bar and Grill in Camp Point, where you can find the best burgers, sandwiches, and steaks, all locally sourced from GJY Beef Company.
We love beer! We love beer!
Ice cold draft beer. Enjoy one of our many craft selections on the patio. All at Jersey's Bar and Grill, 109 East Jefferson, Camp Point, Illinois.
We wrap up the Little Jess halftime show here on Central Illinois Sports and get you ready for second half action between Peoria Richwoods in their home white jerseys and Lee's Summit West, the Titans in their road dark navy blues. As we get ready for second half action, a nice crowd here on hand still. This lower bowl has been pretty well occupied for most of the morning session as we get into the afternoon games, and we expect this place to fill up very, very well coming up tonight as Quincy High, the host school here, will play host to one of the best point guards in the nation in Ahmad Knoll and Imatep Charter. That game scheduled here for 7:30. You'll be able to watch that live on Central Illinois Sports. Titans will get the basketball here to begin the third quarter, and they'll work it over to Logan Bishop on the right side. Between legs dribble, now kicks it cross court over to Chaz Watson. Now they get it to the big freshman, that is Cameron Barnes. A little bit of a zone look here for Richwoods coming out of the locker room with a halftime break. Down into the corner now, Barnes with the basketball. Or Sims, excuse me. Sims stops in the short. Pops up as he gets some separation and knocks it down from about 12 feet. A nice shot for Tavion Sims to get things going here. It is a 39-24 basketball game. Daquan Little with it. Gets it into Somerville. Somerville bullies in. Goes up with the right hand. No good. Gets his own rebound. We're getting three guys, and now they're going to say that's an offensive foul as he just kind of turned. And a really nice job by Bryce Mitchell to take the charge there.
That'll be Somerville's third. First foul of the quarter against the Knights.
One of the biggest things is that Somerville just didn't even see Mitchell there. He turned in hard, and Mitchell was just standing there waiting for him. With the basketball now is Bishop. Drives to the baseline, nothing there. He'll kick it back out to the top to Chaz Watson. Drives in, takes a nice little running jumper, and Chaz Watson knocks it down. And now a couple of quick points here from Lee's Summit West. It's back to a 13-point basketball game. 39-26, 6:47 left to go here on the BCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard. Daquan Little, runner no good. Titans with an opportunity as Watson comes down with the rebound. He'll get it now to Barnes. Barnes drives in, kicks it back out to Bishop. He's got to chase it down. The bright yellow shoes of Logan Bishop, the 6'2 senior. He runs from the left elbow. Shot is no good on the leaner, and it's going to go out of bounds, and they say that's going to go off the hands of Bryce Mitchell. Just underway here in the third quarter. Brian Shoemaker, Damon Emmerich, John Hall manning things in media row. Tim Hall manning the camera for us at center court here today. And thanks to all the rest of the guys in the truck helping out with production. With the basketball is Tavis Smith. Gets it now back out to Jared Jackson, who's seeing his first minute since picking up three early fouls as Louderman knocks down another long-range shot. This Richwood squad, Damon, they are dangerous offensively, inside and out.
Yeah, the Knights came out, gave up 4 quick points to the Titans. As we see, Bryce Mitchell can't get the layup to go. He gets his own board. He'll kick it back out for Lee's Summit West to reset their offense.
Going to go off the hands of Jackson there on that one.
Richwoods gave up 4 points to start the third quarter and then come out. And that big three from Nick Louderman, just when he thought Lee's Summit might be starting to get a little bit of life. Louderman hits that three as Barnes misses the three on the other end for Lee's Summit. Somerville gets his 6th board.
He'll hand it off to Jared Jackson, who got some foul trouble in the first half. He should have some fresh legs here in the second half for Richwoods. Gets it now back over to Tavis Smith on the left wing. Somerville trying to find a pick for somebody. He'll flash to the low block. They get into the big 6'10 man. He goes in, spins around, fade away, no good. Rebound falls in the hands of Logan Bishop for the Titans. He'll push the tempo, trying to chase off Louderman. Drives in all the way, coast to coast for Bishop, and he'll knock it down for a quick 2. It's 42-28, 5:09 left to go here in the third. They get on the back door. It's Little. Nice move on the back door cut from Daquan Little. Give Smith the dime. Little the deuce. 4:58 left to go here in the third. Mitchell drives in. He really likes that play. Bryce Mitchell likes to bully in, body up against somebody, create just a hair of space, and try to get the basketball up. 44-30 is now Mitchell gets his hand in the passing lane and knocks it out of bounds, and it'll go back to Richwoods.
Louderman will take a seat as Jernell Etherly checks back in for the Knights of Peoria Richwood. 4:38 to play here, third quarter action. Peoria Richwoods with the basketball and the lead as they've got the 44-30 advantage over Lee's Summit West.
Davis Smith with the basketball, guarded out by Chaz Watson at the Blue Devil head. Now they get it to Somerville up on the right elbow. They try to clear the lane. Takes one step over, fade away at the free throw line, rebounded by Little. Second shot, no good. Rebound comes down to Sims. Now down to Mitchell, blocked and contested by Somerville, but Mitchell able to finish. Another two for Mitchell, and it's 44-32. Slowly but surely, Lee Summit West trying to make a game out of it. Little drives in, gets it to Somerville, trying to find Jackson on the backdoor cut. That one's just going to go a little out of the reach and out of bounds. A turnover on the Knights.
Louderman will check back into the ball game as Somerville will take a seat. Somerville does have 3 fouls.
Matt Shuckman giving us a nice little breakdown of Somerville and his family's history here at Blue Devil Gymnasium. Matt Shuckman, just an encyclopedic knowledge of all things Blue Devil Gymnasium and Blue Devil lore here in the Quincy area. Mitchell bodies up, goes in for the second time, goes up and good, and he'll draw the coverage. Oh, no good for
Jernell Etherly will be whistled for his second, team foul number 2, but it will send Bryce Mitchell to the line for 2. The Titans are just 4 of 12 from the charity stripe in the ball game. They trailed 39-22 at the half. They've outscored Peoria Richwoods 10-5 thus far in the third quarter, and the struggles at the line continue for the Titans, now just 4 of 13.
You'd even like to have half of those back right now, Damon. Even just half of what they've missed, you'd like to have back and on the scoreboard at this point.
Yeah, you'd feel a whole lot more comfortable if you were this Titan squad, as they can't get the second to go, but Cameron Barnes will track down the offensive rebound.
They kick it back out. 3 ball on the way is up and good. Give 3 more to the Titans. Give it to Chaz Watson. 44-35 our score. Jackson with the basketball. Spins the elbow. Kicks it back out now to Little. He loses the handle on it. Sims able to get a hold on it. Goes back to Richwoods. Goes up, and now it's going to be a traveling violation as Etherly just got a little too out of control there.
Somerville back into the ball game. Etherly will take a seat. And for the first time in quite a while, Brian, this game is a single-digit lead for Peoria Richwoods.
Lee Summit West has come out of the halftime locker room break here with a little bit of fire and a little bit of renewed energy here. It was a 17-point basketball game just a few minutes ago. With the basketball is Barnes, tries to toss it now down into Mitchell. Mitchell goes up, tried to draw the contact, instead misses it, grabs his own rebound, goes up with it again, and he's going to get it and get the finish, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Might have got away with the offensive rebound there as Mitchell really lowered his shoulder, but they're going to say the foul is against Nick Louderman.
Give it to Daquan Little, or no, is it Louderman? I'm sorry, I thought it was Little.
And I've got Louderman for 3 now.
Yep.
As Bryce Mitchell back to the line for Lee Summit. 0 for 3 from there in the ball game. 0 for 4. Rebound fought for, tipped around, and it's going to stay with Lee Summit. So it's a 44-37 ball game, and Lee Summit will retain possession after the missed free throw.
They'll get it into Mitchell. Guarded by Somerville. Now they get it down to Watson. He tries to drive in, goes up, bodied up by Somerville. He'll just lose the basketball. It's a turnover against Lee Summit West. Here comes Richwoods. And now it's going to be a slip there as Tavis Smith just kind of slipped on the floor.
Timeout on the floor. We'll take it to Peoria Richwoods 44. Lee Summit West 37. It's an Adams Network timeout.
Press Yours On You would like to wish all the area teams the best of luck this year. If you're looking to get your team shirts or just looking for spirit wear for yourself, remember Press Yours On You. We have over 1,400 square foot of retail space in our shop. Stop by and see us and check out our offerings. Business lets us help you promote your brand. Decoration methods we offer include screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving. Thank you to everyone in our community for the support over the last 16 years. Thank you for supporting local. Press Yours On You, 506 West Wood, Camp Point, Illinois. United Community Bank has been serving our community in banking since 1973 and is a proud member of the Pittsfield Strong United community. UCB brings you the latest banking technology, security, and convenience you expect, delivered with friendly local service you deserve from your community bank. UCB invites you to stop in for a visit at number 1 Professional Plaza in Pittsfield, or you can find them online at ucbbank.com. United Community Bank, the leader of community banking, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Sign up for a Saki Rewards debit card.
Back out of the Adams Fiber timeout taken by Richwoods. For the fastest internet speeds available up to 1 gigabit and Wi-Fi 6 here in the local area, give the guys at Adams Fiber a follow at followthefiber.net to get your service started today. Quick tip out as Tavis Smith was able to get his hands in the passing lanes. It'll go off the Knights and remain Lee Summit West basketball here. 2:38 left to go in our third period as Richwood enjoys a 44-37 lead over the Titans. They'll get the basketball in. Long three ball, and that is a tough shot from Chaz Watson that he knocks down from the corner.
That's a heat check right there.
That is a heat check. It is a 44-40 basketball game. This was a 17-point game at half. And now we're just down to single digits and less than a handful. Somerville with the basketball, top of the key, guarded out by Mitchell. He'll try and get it handed off, and they almost get it stolen away. Almost half-court violation as well. Driving in now is Smith. He tried to draw some contact, nothing goes. Here comes Barnes. Barnes driving in, jump stop, and now they're going to say that's going to be a blocking foul, and that's probably the right call.
It's going to go against Tyrese Carter. That'll be Carter's second. Third foul of the quarter. Fourth foul, but they're going to call that a shooting foul. Okay, I thought Barnes was looking to pass.
Yeah, I thought he went for the jump stop as well. Now the officials are going to talk about it here, and that's what they're trying to say, that he was going to jump stop and pass, and now we'll adjust things and get the basketball out of bounds. That also is the right call. Hey, at least they had the right guy going to the free throw lane. You know what I mean? Not like we haven't seen that yet today.
Barnes had a head of steam right there.
Yes, he did.
Inbound to Mitchell.
Mitchell dribbles around, now hands it back out to Watson, drives in on the right side, high off the glass, it won't find the mark, and now it comes back down to the Knights. With the basketball is Carter. Tries to whittle it in, that's a tight hole to go through, and it gets stolen away from Barnes. Barnes goes up with an off-balance shot, but he's going to get fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Fifth foul of the quarter is going to be whistled against Tavis Smith. That'll be Smith's first. And Cameron Barnes to the line. He will shoot two. He is 3 for 7 from there in the ball game.
Lee Summit West trails by 4. They have missed a bevy of free throws here, and at some point, Damon, you think they're going to have to start making some of these as things get really tight into the fourth quarter.
Just 4 for 15, now 5 for 16 from the line in this game are the Titans.
3-point game as Louderman comes back in, and Tyrese Carter will take a seat. 1:48 left to go.
Barnes makes this one. We'll see DJ Childs check back into the ballgame for Lee Summit. Barnes gets them both. He's got 9. And he's going to take a seat and try to get a breather and get ready for this fourth quarter.
But should be a fun one. We're down to a 2-point basketball game. Knights with the basketball, Jackson with it. Takes a few dribbles now, hands it off to Daquan Little. Bullies it into Somerville. Goes up high off the glass, no good. And gets tipped around, and that may have actually went off of a Titans player. I think Childs may have been the last one to touch it for the Titans, but Somerville should get credited with the basket. Childs with it, drives in. Gets met by Somerville, tries to go over the big 6'10 man, gets his own offensive rebound. He'll put it up and in as DJ Childs gets the second chance points. And now it's a 46-44 game once again. Just to get 2-point game here. 1:10 left to go. Little tips it out to the Louderman. Back at midcourt, takes one dribble. Now he's got to get rid of it. Tosses it down into the corner to Smith. Somerville goes up with it, and an emphatic yell from Somerville as he's found his first points in quite a while here.
As Childs will be whistled for the second. First foul of the quarter. Fourth point of the quarter for Somerville as he got credit for that tip in earlier. That may have went off one of the Lee Summit players. But Somerville has 20 points, 7 rebounds, and still 9 minutes left to go in this one. And one free throw attempt is on its way, and it is no good. Cameron Barnes will get the rebound. That'll be his 6th board of the ball game.
Less than a minute to go here in the third. It's a 4-point lead, and the Titans trying to close that deficit. Sims with the basketball. Now over to Barnes. Childs comes up, doesn't take the pick. Now Barnes will take it. Free throw line goes up against Somerville off the left side of the rim, and no good. It's a loose ball rebound. The Knights will come up with it. 40 seconds left to go here in the period. Somerville guarded out by Barnes. Drives baseline, spin move, gets double teamed, and now Bishop's going to get called on the reach in.
Bishop will be whistled for his first. Oh, that's not a shooting foul.
No. And it's not the 5th foul.
Nah, they're going to say it was a shooting foul.
Okay.
Not
a lot of contest from the Titans bench.
Somerville can't get the first one to go. Jernell Etherly will check in. And he was just stretching his legs. Tyrese Carter will come in. The camera does not do justice for just how big Lathan Somerville is.
No.
Somerville splits a pair at the line. He's got 21. Now he'll go to the bench. Don't want him to pick up a 4th foul with 31.1 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Richwoods has the 49-44 lead. Lee Summit West will have the basketball, and we'll see if they hold for one shot.
With the basketball is Barnes. Works around the top of the key, guarded by Etherly. Shot clock is turned off. Sims with it. Bounce pass into Childs. Gets pushed out of the lane. Now they get it back to Barnes. 10 seconds left to go. Sims trying to find an entry pass. Instead, it's going to be Watson. Fires up the 3, and it's good. Chaz Watson knocks it down from 20 feet. And that's how we're going to wrap up the end of the third quarter. It is a 2-point basketball game. Peoria Richwoods 49, Lee Summit West 47. Don't miss the end of this one. We've got fourth quarter play-by-play coming up in 1 minute.
United Community Bank has been serving our community in banking since 1973 and is a proud member of the Pittsfield Strong United community. UCB brings you the latest banking technology, security, and convenience you expect, delivered with friendly local service you deserve from your community bank. UCB invites you to stop in for a visit at number 1 Professional Plaza in Pittsfield, or you can find them online at ucbbank.com. United Community Bank, the leader of community banking, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Sign up for a Saki Rewards debit card.
Sports families, come check out Central Valley Sports, the new facility in town. Located 3 miles south of Winchester at 520 Winchester Glasgow Road. Batting cages, pitching mounds, pitching machines, and more. Open to all ages and skill levels. The facility is available for team rental, individual membership, and family memberships. Be sure to check out the Central Valley Sports Facebook page for more information and stay up to date on individual lessons and camps offered throughout the year.
A 17-point lead is now whittled down to single digits as Richwoods leads Lee Summit West 49-47. Damon's got a look at your third quarter shooting statistics.
Well, after 3 quarters, Lee Summit 18 of 44 from the field for 41%. And Peoria Richwoods 18 of 42 for 43%.
They get the correct possession here, begin the fourth quarter. As originally they were going to try and hand it to the Titans. Richwoods in the home rights. The Titans were going to take it. Hey, if you're going to give it to you, might as well take it. Richwoods moving right to left on your television screen device. As Somerville with the basketball now hands it back off to Smith. Smith drives in, hesitates, goes again, now goes up with the hand, no good on the left-hand shot. Barnes will come down with the rebound. No guard available, so he'll take the dribble on his own. Lee Summit looked a little bit out of this at halftime. Trailed by 17, now just down by 2. And that's why we play the game. Driving in is Watson. Goes up high with the right hand, no good. Barnes comes in for the cleanup bucket, and we are tied, Damon.
Second tie of the ball game. We were tied at 16 early in this one. And
Little's 3 is no good. Barnes with the rebound for the Titans. Now they've got an opportunity to take the lead.
Be their first lead of the ball game if they do so.
Barnes goes in, nice dish down into Childs. Childs can't finish, gets his own rebound. He's caught at the baseline, got to get rid of it. Somerville's going to steal. It's a turnover for the Titans. Lathan Somerville dribbling out now, guarded by Barnes. And he'll try to hand it off to Smith, and now he gets it to the guard. Smith driving in, goes up, and he gets blocked and hard. And now Tavis Smith will go to the free throw line.
I think they'll get Bishop for that foul. Yep, that'll be Logan Bishop's second. First foul of the quarter. And to the line for Peoria Richwoods to shoot 2 is Tavis Smith. Smith 2 for 2 from there in the ball game. Looking to regain the lead for his Knights squad. Tied at 49. Smith's first free throw attempt is good.
Childs came through with a hammer of a block on that play.
Bryce Mitchell back in the ballgame for the Titans as Childs will take a seat. Louderman to the bench for Peoria Richwoods as Jernell Etherly checks back in. As Tavis Smith is at the line for Richwoods. Gave his team the 50-49 lead when he made his first free throw. Second one is on its way, and it is good.
Really entertaining contest here. As we just clear the 4 o'clock hour, now it's going to be a foul in the backcourt on Daquan Little.
That's Little's second, just the first foul of the quarter against Richwoods.
Game scheduled for the remainder of the day, 4:30, 6 o'clock, 7:30, and 9 p.m. Our remaining scheduled tip-offs here. We hope you'll join us through the evening here on Central Illinois Sports as you order in a nice pizza and pour yourself a cold drink tonight. Barnes, with the basketball. Entry pass now into Mitchell. He'll kick it back out. 3 ball on the way from Watson is no good, and Somerville will grab another rebound. 6:13 left to go in the contest. Somerville driving in, loses the basketball, picks it back up, and able to finish. Lathan Somerville on a tough take to the basket, gets 2 more. Damon, there are no shortage of complimentary adjectives that you could use to describe Lathan Somerville's performance here today, but fantastic is just one that just comes to mind as Mitchell's going to get called for the charge.
His second foul of the quarter, 8th turnover.
Etherly draws the charge for the Knights on that one.
Actually, of the plays where we've seen where Mitchell could have been called for a charge in this one, that's probably one of the lesser ones I've seen.
With the basketball now in the corner is Tavis Smith trying to find Somerville inside. Nothing there. He'll kick it back out. Daquan Little 3 is off the mark. Rebound is going to be grabbed by Bryce Mitchell for Lee Summit West. 53-49. Still a long way to go and a short time to get there in this one. They try to find Barnes. He's able to get the handle on it. Kicks it back out. Sims drives in, pulls back out. Now they get it out to Chaz Watson. Shot clock is not operating here. Now they get it synced back up, 17 seconds. They have had trouble with that all day. And a nice pull-up jumper from Chaz Watson. 53-51, 21 points on the day for Watson. Wow. He has been a horse. Somerville with the basketball. Nice behind the back pass. Etherly couldn't find a spot to finish though. Now they try to hammer it back into Etherly, and the pass just a little too hard off the bounce, and it'll go out of bounds. A turnover against the Knights as Jackson tried to fire one in. Less than 5 minutes remaining here on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard. Richwoods leads Lee Summit West 53-51. With the basketball out, Tavion Sims guarded out by Little. He'll try and drive in, nothing there. Crossing over to the opposite side was Bishop. Barnes with the basketball, maybe looking for a little bit of a clear out now. He tells Mitchell to get out of the way. Goes to the right side. Lee Summit overloaded on the right. Now they clear out a little bit. 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Nope, it's froze up again.
Foul's going to be whistled against Daquan Little. That'll be Little's second team foul against the Knights.
So we'll explain this to you really quickly, folks. The image that you're seeing on your screen of the game clock and the shot clock has an opportunity and a tendency to freeze up just a little bit. And sometimes when we stare down at it, as the 3 is up and good for Cameron Barnes. First lead change, thank you. In quite a while here as Lee Summit West takes the lead, 54-53. First lead of the game, thank you. With the basketball now was Smith. Gets it down into Etherly. Coming in for the big hammer was Somerville. He couldn't finish. But now now Jackson's going to finish it up, and we'll get a timeout on the floor. Richwoods takes it. We'll take it too. It's an Adams Fiber timeout. We're back for the finish of this one here in 1 minute.
This is Colt Mixer from Mixer Lumber Company in Clayton, Illinois. We have been selling grain bins for over 40 years. Our company provides years of experience, service, and quality products you can count on. GSI Grain Bins are a trusted company and are now offering their winter discounts. This is the time of year to order your new GSI grain bin. Mixer Lumber Company, where we treat people the way you want to be treated. Give us a call at 217-894-6412.
You're getting thirsty, bold, refreshing. So good. I mean, dude.
Richwoods takes the Adams Fiber timeout as we come back to live action here in just a second. 3:54 left to go here in this one. A 55-54 basketball game as Lee Summit was able to finally take their first lead of the game and quickly lost it here. Richwoods down to 2 timeouts for the remainder of the contest. Lee Summit still has 4 opportunities to stop the clock. We've got a couple of guys standing at the end line, maybe trying to check in. Not sure what's going on down there.
A little chilly in this gym. They're just stretching, trying to get warm.
Sims with the basketball out at midcourt, guarded tightly by Little. They try to get it into Barnes, tipped away from Somerville, and to go out of bounds. And man, Lathan Somerville can, not much of they can't do in this contest today.
There was fear in the eyes of the front row as Lathan Somerville was running for that basketball.
Yes, those kids were a little concerned. Yeah, those kids were a little concerned for a split second. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Sims with the basketball. Drives around, gets an opening in the lane, gets caught up in a quadruple team of Knights, and it's going to go out of bounds, and it'll remain in the hands of Richwoods. Or no, excuse me, it is going to go to Lee Summit. Richwoods players thought otherwise. Sims with the basketball. Gets it back out to Mitchell. Tries to get on the backdoor cut to Watson. Watson gets underneath, goes up and in. Nice move by Chaz Watson to able to not only to hold on to that pass, but to finish. 56-55. Somerville off the rim, no good. Watson comes down with the rebound, or Barnes, excuse me, with the rebound. 10 rebounds on the night now for Cameron Barnes. 3:03 and counting left to go here in regulation. Goes over the hands of Mitchell, saved and kept in play by Etherly. Now they get it into Somerville. The big man bodies in, triple teamed, and now somebody's going to get whistled for a foul on this one.
Third foul of the quarter. And Bryce Mitchell will be whistled for his 4th foul of the ball game with 2:47 to play in the 4th quarter. And they're going to switch. Mitchell had been guarding Somerville. Cameron Barnes will go on him.
And Somerville's going to get a finish as Charlie Hull keeping us abreast here of the NFL playoffs, just kind of getting underway here. Houston and Baltimore tipping off. And now it is another lead change here, and Richwoods holds on. It's 57-56, 2:25 left to go here in this one. Sims with the basketball, crossover dribble, trying to get around Little. And we're going to get a timeout on the floor by Lee Summit West. It's an Adams Fiber timeout for reliable, worry-free internet that will never buffer and won't let you down. Adams Fiber, the guys to go to here in the local area. Visit them at followthefiber.net. We are back in 1 minute.
Game Masters is your headquarters for all your hunting gear. We have more than just camo hunting attire. Come check out our casual lines of Sitka, Under Armour, North Face, Columbia, Drake, and more. Pursue your prey with these off-road Quiet Cat bikes from Game Masters. Easy to transport and perfect for your next hunting adventure. Game Masters, we're passionate about the outdoors.
Are you tired of being caught off guard? Slipping up in a winter storm? Don't let this be you. Say goodbye to shovels that break faster than your New Year's resolution.
Well, before the snow falls, visit your local Farm and Home Supply, your one-stop shop for everything winter. From snow blowers to a sturdy snow shovel. From different size ice scrapers to ice melt. And from sleds to hats, gloves, coats, bibs, and a lot more, we got you covered.
Warning, finding everything in one place may lead to extreme joy and the absence of disappointment. Farm and Home Supply is not responsible for spontaneous snowball fights, increased snow angel production, or the overwhelming desire to hug your snowblower.
Titans took the timeout. They have 3 left. Richwoods has 2 here in the remaining 2:19 of regulation. Titans inbound in front of their own bench as they get it to the freshman Cameron Barnes. He'll toss it quickly back to Tavion Sims. With the basketball now is Watson. Watson goes up, finishes in as he was able to fake just enough to get the separation. Another lead change here. It's 58-57. 2:05 left. Titans with the lead. Somerville with the basketball for Richwoods. Barreling in. Kicks it back out. 3-ball on the way from Daquan Little. He hasn't knocked one down from long range in a while. Sims with the rebound. Lee Summit content to just walk quietly here. Crossover dribble trying to get around Riddle now. Now they work it down into Bishop on the right side. He's going to try and go baseline against Smith. Loses the basketball. Barnes will fire up a 3 off the back of the iron. No good. Rebound comes down into the hands of the Knights and will get a foul.
I believe Tavis Smith gets that rebound. He does, so his 5th board of the game.
Sims is going to get whistled for the foul.
First foul against Sims, 4th foul against the Titans. So it'll be Richwoods basketball. They trail by 1 as we approach the minute 30 mark of the 4th quarter.
Jared Jackson came kind of dangerously close to making that a questionable backcourt violation, but able to stop before the half-court line. 1:21 left to go in this one. 1 point. Basketball game in the lead for the Titans. Somerville barrels in again. Goes up, can't find the mark there. Jackson able to save it. Offensive rebound for the Knights. Goes in, gets caught underneath the basket, gives it to Somerville again. Trying to wrestle through, and now we're going to get a foul on the floor. It'll be a 5th foul, and we'll be going to the line either way.
The Knights caught a break there as Jackson actually stepped on the baseline. Foul's going to be called. I think it's against Watson. It'll be his 2nd. 5th team foul. So Somerville's going to go to the line to shoot 2. He's 3 for 5 from there in the ball game. His team trails by a score of 58-57 with 1:05 left in the ball game. Somerville ready with the first, and it is good. He's got 26 points. 3rd tie of the ball game, now tied at 58. And Somerville's 2nd is good. Gives us our 6th lead change of the ball game.
59-58, just over a minute left to go here as Barnes will bring the basketball across. The 6'8 freshman met out by Somerville. Gives it now to Sims. 55 seconds left ticking away here on the clock. Over to Bishop on the left wing. He'll get the pick from Barnes, and Somerville able to quickly close out, and that's a nice job by Lathan Somerville, recognizing the pick and instead just finding a way to cut that off before the play gets developed any further. 48 seconds left to go. Sims will inbound. Flashing now is Watson in the corner. Trying to find Mitchell. Nothing there. Instead, Watson fadeaway, Watson fadeaway shot, nothing there, and it'll be a rebound for the Knights. Jackson with the basketball hands it up to Tavis Smith. 31 seconds now. Hopefully we don't have that freezing clock here at the end. Remind me to keep an eye on the big board. Somerville comes down and Richwoods wants the timeout. We'll take the Adams Fiber timeout as well. Come back for the finish of this one. It's a 1-point ball game. We're back here in a minute.
Every day, banks touch every corner of our lives. They support us when we turn life's goals into accomplishments. Goals like opening a small business, buying a home, planting a crop, having a baby. From your first car to life after retirement, Central State Bank is there for all of your life's milestones. CSB is central to your banking needs. Visit us in Clayton, Kinderhook, Pittsfield, Pleasant Hill, and Quincy, or at csb123.com. Central State Bank wishes all of the teams well on the hardwood this week.
If you have that drive and you want to do more with DOT, then there's opportunity there for you to do that. It's not the typical job that you would expect it to be. Like, it's just super fulfilling. When my life needed opportunity, I chose DOT.
Richwoods will take the timeout. It's an Adams Fiber timeout. Thanks to John and our guys doing a bang-up job keeping us tight here and always watching our mics from the production truck. Richwoods will take the timeout. They lead by 1. Damon, just 24 seconds left to go here in this one. It's 21 seconds left on the shot clock when we come out of the break. And we don't mean to harp on this if you're the Titans, but man, oh man, some of those free throws that you have missed, you would love to have back in your arsenal right now on the scorecard.
No, they wish they were shooting 50%. They'd have the lead if so. They're 6 of 17 from the line in the ball game.
Jared Jackson will inbound for Richwoods. Slashing through is Somerville, nothing there. Now they'll try to toss it away. It's a little bit out of his reach, and now it's a diving ball on the floor. Who's it going to go out on?
It's
and
off of Barnes.
It's going to go off of Barnes, yes. And it'll go back to Richwoods.
Who's the possession arrow pointed towards, John? Lee Summit has the possession arrow trailing.
So now we're going to try and get it in again. They try to get into Somerville, stolen away. Here comes Mitchell with the basketball. 18 seconds left to go. Bishop with it. Gets stopped at the block, tosses it back out. Sims works it back over to Watson in the corner. He drives it. Nothing there. It's Barnes again. Up and under shot. No good. Can't find the mark at all. 10 seconds left, and now it's going to be a foul in the backcourt against Bryce Mitchell.
Mitchell's going to foul out of this ball game.
I cannot imagine that was necessarily the shot that they were hoping for. It's not that it was a long shot, but just kind of a little bit off balance. Not a great square up to the rim.
Thought he might have had Bishop open over in the corner. And Mitchell fouls out of the ball game, so DJ Childs will check back in with 6.8 seconds to play.
Bryce Mitchell has had a heck of a game, Damon. I mean, this is a kid that's taken a very tough assignment in guarding Somerville. He has been doing, as Chris Dewar on KHQA would say, yeoman's work here today on the defensive side, and really a big battler on the offensive end.
Yeah, and that's a big loss for him to foul out of this ball game. His 5th foul of the game put Tavis Smith at the line for 2. Smith is 4 for 4 from the line in this one. His first free throw rattles around and is good.
A big basket for Richwoods. Just under 7 seconds left to go here. 60-58. The second all-important free throw here coming up out of the hands of Tavis Smith.
And the senior free throw is up and good. And Richwoods will take a timeout to set the stage for how they want to defend the final 6.8 seconds of this one.
We'll take a timeout. It's an Adams Fiber timeout. We're back with you for the finish here in 30 seconds.
Best Systems Insulators offer insulation for homes and commercial buildings throughout central Illinois and the surrounding areas. We take great care to ensure that the insulation products we use are the best fit for our clients and their project. We understand that different buildings have different needs and that each of our clients has a unique set of goals. Let us work with you to find the best solution for your next project. Call Best Systems Insulators at 217-285-6005. That's 285-6005, or visit them online at GoBestSystems.com.
Richwoods burns the timeout. That's going to be their last of the contest here. Lee Summit still has 3 remaining if they would happen to need one. Bishop will be the inbound man. He's got the length of the floor to go here with 6 seconds left. It is a 3-point contest. Lee Summit needs a triple here to tie. That's Matt. Long pass inbounds. They get it to Sims, and they say it's going to be a quick timeout as the Titans call it right there. I was afraid they might have whistled as Sims kind of slid a little bit there, Damon. Thought he might get called out of bounds, but Titans are going to take the basketball here. What's a 30-second? We'll stay right here. Damon, they've got the ball in their own half of the court. They've got some shooters, and they've got some playmakers. As checking in, we're going to see Justin Barnes check in, the 6'3 junior, maybe to give them a little added firepower and length in that guard position. If you're Lee Summit West, what are you maybe drawing up here in this break?
Well, I think you're looking to get the ball to Chaz Watson. Watson's got 25 points in the ball game. He's the one who got him back into this one. I think you're going to probably get him the last shot if you can, but I'm sure that's what Peoria Richwoods is thinking as well, is Watson's going to look to take the 3. Don't allow him to do it.
Do you change defensive assignments here? Maybe, I don't know if Somerville can handle chasing him down. Now it looks like they're going to keep him on Barnes. Watson tries to flash up, nothing to do. It's going to be a long throw over to Barnes. Barnes fires it up. Watson gets it in. It's off the rim and no good. Richwoods grabs the rebound, and it's going to be a late foul, and that's going to wrap this one up. As they got the shot in the play they maybe wanted, as it was a cross-court pass to Barnes. found Watson streaking up the court, just couldn't knock down the triple, and now Daquan Little is going to come to maybe finish this one off.
And there was a Richwoods player that came out and contested Watson's shot just a little bit right there at the end, and Watson had to fall backwards a little bit more than what he would have liked to. Left it just short, and his team's going to likely fall in this one as they trail 61-58, just 0.6 of a second remaining. Daquan Little's first free throw was no good and can't get the second one to go.
And it's a long court shot, and the crowd at the end thought maybe it had a chance, but it does not fall. That was a fun contest. We wrap this one up. It's Peoria Richwoods 61, Lee Summit West 58 as these two teams shake hands and make their way off the court. We have reached the Blessing Health System post-game show where we'll have final stats and wrap this one up from the Quincy Shootout as Richwoods wins by 3.
Before the TAVR, I was very active, worked out at the Croc Center. I would say less than a week. Well, of course, Amy tells me I couldn't do squats. She even wrote it in my discharge paper. Great big, sandy, no squats. So I did a couple.
Oh my word.
Don't tell her.
I knew she was going to, but I have the best job in the world to get to work with these patients.
One size fits all. That may be all right for an adjustable belt or cheap sunglasses, but when it comes to your financial needs, no one wants a one-size-fits-all strategy. Derek Harris is your Pike and Adams County area Edward Jones financial advisor. Derek Harris's most important goals are yours. That's why Derek will take the time to understand your needs so he can recommend personalized strategies with your goals in mind. Contact Derek Harris today at 217-222-7173. Knowing you, that's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing. Member SIPC.
We have reached the Blessing Health System post-game show. Serving the area with high-quality medical care when you need it in the region for well over a decade. Blessing Health System is here to serve you. Learn more online at blessinghealth.org. Damon Emmerich has been doing a bang-up job keeping statistics for us all day. He's got to look at your final stats.
Well, in this one, Peoria Richwoods is going to finish the ball game shooting 21 of 52 from the field for just over 40%. They shot 11 of 16 from the charity stripe, whereas Lee Summit West shoots just 6 of 17 from the free throw line, and that really is the difference in the ball game, as Lee Summit West shot 23 of 56 from the field in the ball game for 41%. Individual scoring in this one for the Titans of Lee Summit West, Bryce Mitchell with 8 points before he fouled out. Cameron Mitchell finishes with 14 points to go along with 10 rebounds. DJ Childs with 5. Jaden Stallings and Logan Bishop with 2 points. And Chaz Watson really shot this team back into it in the second half. Finishes with 25 points. For the Knights of Peoria Richwood, their scoring looks like this. 2 points for Jared Jackson, 6 for Nick Louderman, 13 points apiece for Daquan Little and Tavis Smith. And Lathan Somerville led the Knights in scoring with 27 points to go along with 9 rebounds.
Time to name our player of the game, brought to you by Derek Harris, your Edward Jones financial advisor. And Damon, there's a little question here. Lathan Somerville was the star among stars here today for Peoria Richwoods. And of course, Matt gave you the story at halftime of the family history here in Blue Devil Gymnasium. And of course, their playing days across the state of Illinois. And what a fantastic show from that man today.
Yeah, Somerville, he's good. And he could shoot from behind the line. Obviously a wrecking ball down below, made his free throws, and just was the guy that put points on the board when they needed them most. As Peoria Richwoods could have faded after they allowed Lee Summit West to come back and take a lead in the ballgame. Instead, they held on, came back, and won this one, and that's a big win for this Richwood squad.
We wrap this presentation up for you. When we come back in just a moment, it's going to be Link Academy, the number 4 team, ranked team in the nation, taking on the Burlington School in game number 6 of 9 here today at the Quincy Shootout. Stay with us here all evening long on Central Illinois Sports. We'll be back in just a couple of moments.